Now, something else that's happening on the show, the one thing that we're all experiencing this time of the year is a little bit of fatigue. Now, it can be caused by all kinds of things, being tired, maybe a medical condition, and certain foods can make sure that you decrease the amount of fatigue that you experience. Take a look at this because it might help us all around, especially with all the celebrations going down this time of the year.
The danger around this time of the year is obviously overindulgence, but from our perspective of becoming a little preachy. We keep telling you what you're not allowed to eat. Well, we want to come in with some very healthy replacements that are equally as enjoyable. And of course, we go to our tome of all things healthy, Andrea du Plessis. Now, Andrea, it is very easy to fall into the trap, especially at year-end functions and events, of eating snacky foods that you think, I'm not putting a huge amount of bad things in me, and you really can indulge in all the wrong things. You are here to give us some healthy alternatives.
Oh, definitely. You know, all of us attend these functions and you're tempted by foods that we all love to eat, but sometimes we're in charge of the function and we can actually add some healthy alternatives in and amongst the less healthy options. So I think rather from just going cold turkey and avoiding all the things that we know we shouldn't eat, to still make them available, but I'll show the alternatives here.
Okay, let's get into some of our bad foods, the ones that often catch us off guard.
You know, I'd like to start with sausages. Often these little cocktail sausages seem really innocent, and maybe they are to an extent, but too much of them is really bad for our health. They're packed with too much fat, and if we're trying to get ready for the beach, it's definitely not the right food to eat for the figure and also for your health. Obviously, with processed meats, fat is added to improve the texture and the flavour.
Okay,
so as long as you're mindful of that,
well.
yes, there's lots of salt in there as well. So we definitely need to try and stay away from those. And the second one that I'd like to focus on is something that I also have to agree, I love chips. And there's that Moorish thing about it, and especially chips with dip. It's something that we love snacking on, but it's packed with unhealthy fats.
Traditionally, what goes into a dip like this? What are the dangers there?
Well, if you buy a dip already made, it's probably containing lots of either sunflower seed oil or margarine. And because it's processed, it's not the healthiest form of fats. And it looks quite innocent. I mean, there's some chopped veggies in there. But
Just to dress it up, yeah.
Yes, but most definitely it's a calorie bomb of note, especially if you don't really keep track of how many you've eaten.
I like that term. Hashtag calorie bomb right there. All right, now the ultimate, I would say, danger, the cocktail sausage, or our little sausage rolls. These are something that I do really enjoy. You put in a little dip, a little bit of barbecue sauce, but yeah, we got all sorts of negative things in there.
Well, you know what? Little pastries and sausage rolls are really enjoyable, especially if they're heated. And why they taste so much better if they're heated is because they contain lots of fat. So we need to be mindful of that. So that too, I would name a calorie bomb or term a calorie bomb because it's processed fats. It's also refined starches, and too much of the saturated fat is bad for our cholesterol.
Well, the advantage, of course, is that there are ways that you can replace these foods and without losing the enjoyment factor. You want texture, you want taste, we've got it all. You just need to know where to start. So take us through some of our healthier alternatives.
Well, I think my favorite place to start is Vital's mini rice cakes because these were designed as a healthy alternative to chips. And the challenge was to make something healthy taste great. And I think our product development team has really succeeded. So you're welcome to taste one again.
I'm going to act like I've never tasted
Yes.
one of these ever before in my life. Okay, now what am I going to dip this into here?
And this is cottage cheese. So automatically the mini rice cakes are made with brown rice. They're very low in fat, very healthy. And then cottage cheese is not only high in protein, but whey protein. And you know all about whey protein. Good for muscle recovery after training.
Obviously one of those proteins that's most easily assimilated into the body.
Absolutely. After a heavy workout and training session, or perhaps if you're very active, especially now in summer, your muscles need the whey protein that we find in cottage cheese.
Okay, and then these two colourful little crudités.
Well, if you look at the selection of snacks that we've got here, obviously you can't just have the mini rice cakes. You can also have crudités, so little vegetable sticks like your celery and carrots, and those two you can dip into your cottage cheese. And low-fat cottage cheese is readily available. They even have flavoured low-fat cottage cheese, which is really not that bad. I prefer to flavour my own. You can add some chopped chives. It's really easy to make, and it's definitely a healthy alternative.
All right, so provided, of course, that we are able to avoid our soft drinks, you want to wash these wonderful sacks down with something. What have you fixed for us here?
I've made some iced tea. So this is the easy recipe for low sugar, enjoyable iced tea is 2/3 chilled rooibos tea and 1/3 berry juice. And we've added some herbs such as rosemary and mint for flavour. And this is a really nice festive drink to have.
Oh, man,
So
I'm
I
going to have
think
to taste it to believe it.
We
I
can
won't lie.
give a toast to the festive season, which is here.
No well,
it-
no short, no fine. Here's to festive cheer. Let's have a little taste. Oh, that is delicious.
You see, it's
Ah, well
refreshing,
done.
and it's a lot better than having some physical drink. So.
Well, we really are entering the danger zone now in terms of overeating, indulgence. Before we let you run off, any tips to see people through the festive season?
Oh, definitely some planning. So if you're going to a party, try and have a healthy snack before, that you don't overindulge if you don't have access to healthy snacks. If you're the party planner, make sure that you buy these healthy alternatives in and amongst all the other party favorites so that at least you and your guests can enjoy something healthy. And I must say the last tip is really to enjoy it. So that would be my health tips.
Yep, that would be mine as well. And if you want to pick up the conversation with Andrea when she's out of our Espresso studio, Andrea Duplessis Vital Expert is the name of her Facebook page. If you're going to be putting a party together, make sure that you are helping your friends to a much happier, healthier future. And it's just small changes that we need to make.
Trust Vital for your family's health.